So my blood has been boiling for a long time over this whole Nazi Trump regime and all this crap that's been going on in this country and the rise of this whole dictatorship. And what really got me angry is when last fall, Charlie Kirk, the late racist podcaster, was awarded the Medal of Freedom by our white supremacist dictator. Charlie Kirk was nothing but a white Christian nationalist who promoted this dictator and used his Christian religion as a way to justify the cruelty of our communist government. His white supremacist organization, Turning Point USA, promoted white supremacy and was funded by a bunch of white supremacist Republicans that wanted him to promote the white male patriarchy and call America a great Christian nation, even though this country is so much anti-Christ. All while this same government that he promoted is using taxpayer funds to force kids to rot in concentration camps, while millions of Americans are losing access to health care. Yet, all these rich white conservative so-called Christian Bible bangers like Charlie Kirk worship him like he was like a 13th disciple. It's just ridiculous and sick. It makes me sick and disgusting. It also makes me disgusted that almost 80% of white Christians in America voted for Trump. A dictator, a rapist, a womanizer who's gone bankrupt 6 times. And they worship him like he's their savior. And for Charlie Kirk, his wife Ericka Kirk is still continuing to live in luxury of rich white privilege, and she received millions of dollars in funds after Charlie Kirk passed away. And she is already rich. She was rich to begin with. And it just makes me so disgusted how all these corrupt elites who profit from promoting our fascist government are living in luxury right now, while so many people in America and all over the world are suffering right now and feel so hopeless and helpless. It is so wrong. We had U.S. citizens in Minneapolis murdered by Nazi ICE agents that were funded by taxpayers. And they're just standing up for their neighbors. And they actually felt compassion for those who are vulnerable, terrorized by our government. We allowed our communist government to blow up a school full of almost 200 kids in Iran. Yet, all these rich, white, conservative Nazi Trump supporters still call themselves pro-life despite all of this. And they still worship Trump. They worship Charlie Kirk no matter what. And they say they promote small government, but they stand for the exact opposite. They promote fascism and big government control for anyone who isn't rich or white, for anyone who is vulnerable or hopeless or helpless. They don't care. As long as these rich white conservative Nazis and all the elites can live in rich white privilege and live in luxury, they don't care what happens to anyone else. They don't. They don't care how cruel our government gets. They'll use these Bible verses they can memorize just to justify it and call themselves Christians and say that they're pro-life when they're the exact opposite of that and they're anti-Christ. It's just ridiculous. Why didn't Renee Good and Alex Preddy receive the Medal of Freedom? At least they felt compassion for others in their community, unlike the racist podcaster Charlie Kirk. Nope. Trump had to award the Medal of Freedom to the Nazi who spent his whole career promoting fascism and a white male patriarchy. Turning Point USA, white supremacist organization, was funded by a bunch of rich white Republicans for him to promote their agenda. It's just a big scam. The whole thing is just a power grab for all these white Christian nationalists to play God and control people instead of serving God. They just want to use this Christian nationalism as a power grab for them to gain control over anyone that doesn't fit into the rich white American ideology. And it makes me sick that they promote this fascist government. We need to go on a nationwide economic strike to shut down our economy and our whole totalitarian government. And the only way we can do this is by quitting all our jobs, to eliminate our taxable income, to quit funding our government, and to just shut this whole economy down. And we all need to come together as we the people and just stop this crap. Stop fascism and fight it. And the only way to do that is to shut this whole country down in our government. We have to resist fascism before it's too late. if it isn't already. Fight, fight, fight to the very bitter end.